What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new Football Manager 2017 video. Today I've got a Football Manager 2017 starter guide for you guys. I've done this in FM16, so I thought I'll bring it back in FM17 because you guys seem to like it, and it's an appreciated video for people who are starting out on Football Manager. If you are new around here and enjoy FM, then be sure to drop a subscribe to the YouTube channel because I will be releasing daily Football Manager content. But let's jump into the starter guide anyway. Okay, so one thing I want to note before we actually get into this is the beta. It'll look exactly the same when the full game is released anyway. But when you first load up Football Manager, this is the page you'll be greeted with. Now, if you just want to do a normal save with the team of your choice, then you go to career. If you want to do a fantasy draft where you can play against friends and so on, then you go there. If you want to do an online career where you play with your friends online, so it's actual set teams, that's the one for you. If you want to create your own club, then obviously that is there. But career is what we are here for. So when you first load it up, you're probably going to get, this country that you are from, showing the top division from that country. Obviously, with me being from Liverpool, it comes up with the Premier League. So you can pick whatever team you want to go, or if you want to, pick your team later, whatever, you can do that as well. But I'm just going to, for the sake of this video, I'll just go with Liverpool. Now, if you just want to quickly go into it and it's just Premier League teams and so on, go quick start. That's, the option for you. But if you want to go into a bit more detail, go to advanced setup. Okay, so once you've picked the advanced setup page, this will be what you're greeted with. This will not be ticked at first, but I'll come to that in a moment. So you'll just have, obviously, the English leagues because it's the first time you load it. Now, if you want to add or remove any other leagues, then you go to that little option there and you can pick any league that you want within, the game's database. So you can pick the Spanish league if you want, go confirm, and then if you just want just the first division, so just the La Liga Santander, then you go for that. If you just want the Premier League as well in England, then you just go for the Premier League. If you want the Premier League and Championship, then you can change it all there. Now, these advanced options down here, obviously some of them are quite, straightforward. Use fake players rather than real players. You probably don't want that because then it'll just be a bit confusing. Some people may like that. Do not use real fixtures. I'm not too sure if people use that, but I don't. And the rest of them, as I said, some of them are pretty straightforward, some of them aren't. Now, prevent in-game editor. Obviously, this will only be available when the full game's out because the in-game editor is not yet there. So if you have the in-game editor but you don't want to use it, then you can tick that. If you want to prevent teams which already have managers from being controlled, then you can tick that. So basically, you cannot take over a team unless they're unemployed, which is actually quite an interesting challenge. You can disable the transfer window for the first, transfer window. So that will be the summer transfer window. So you can tick that and disable player attribute mask. And this is a big thing within Football Manager. Some people like to, tick that, which I do, because basically if you untick it, if you leave it unticked, you basically don't know anything really about the player when you first click on the page. Whereas if you have it ticked, if you know a player already like Coutinho or someone like that, you know that he likes to take long shots, he's a good dribbler and so on, whereas you wouldn't really know that if you had that on tick, so I go with that, but that is personal preference. Then you want to go to start game. Okay, so once that loaded, it will take a little while, by the way, so do not worry about that. You'll be greeted with this page, which is basically setting up your manager. Obviously, name, surname, pretty straightforward. You can set a password if you want. I don't do that because no one else is going to be on my game. Then you set your nationality. You can go for your place of birth. So if I don't know if it's going to let me change. I don't know why I've just got rid of that. But you can basically type in where you're from. Then you can pick your favorite team, as I said, from anywhere within the game's database. Then you can choose your favorite formation by dragging these little players to wherever you want to put them. And, I don't even know what I'm doing there. That just looks really, really awkward. But you can choose your favorite formation if you want. And then this is quite new. This is where you can basically set your responsibilities before you even get into the game. So if you don't want to handle team talks, you can just unselect that. If you don't want to do tunnel interviews, unselect it. If you don't want to renew contracts, unselect it. There's all kinds of things you can do. If you don't want to hire and fire people, maybe you're a bit too scared to fire people, you can unselect them. Transfers, you can literally go through all of this and just see what you don't want to do and what you want your assistant to do, because that will just basically set it to the assistant or the head of youth development or whoever is concerned. You can also set up your social network. So if you've got Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, obviously for live streaming, or YouTube, you can also do that. Then you go into your appearance, and this is new for this year. So you can select whether you're male or female, you put your date of birth and all that in. None of this is correct for me, by the way, guys. I'm just purely showing you this, so you can literally select your date of birth, as you can see, literally whatever you want to do. You select your height, weight, whatever. Then obviously you've got all this, but you can actually generate a 3D model from your photo. Now I don't think I've got a photo of me, so I'm going to find one that may work. Okay, so I didn't find a photo of me, but I have found a photo of Football Manager legend Yuri Tillemans, so I'm going to use that. I've obviously used this picture for a FIFA card or something like that, so I've cropped his face, and then you just want to put these little points on his face. I'm just going to horribly mess this up, aren't I? Let's be honest. Where's that going? Middle of his ear? I think I've already messed this up. But essentially, you can use your own face if you want to create a player face. Well, not a player face, a manager face. I'm trying to concentrate here to get this right, but I just know it's going to look horribly, horribly wrong. Where else have I got to go? Got to go over here on his jaw again, somewhere around there. Got to go the middle of his ear once more. Let's just try. There we go. And then in his eyeballs, by the looks of things. Oh my word, that was horrible. Can you clear that? No, I'll just go with it, whatever. And then there we go. So you generate the model. Let's see how long this takes. Okay, and there we go. Obviously, his eye looks a bit messed up because I clearly clicked miles away from his eyeball. But that is how you use the player face. So it's pretty cool if you want to put your own picture in there. I'm not going to because it'll probably just be too much hassle. Actually, it's done it anyway, I think, by the looks of things. Okay, so next thing is the managerial style. Now, you can pick what license you want. Some people start with none. Some people start down here. Or you can pick, the suggestion based on the club you are managing. So obviously, the higher club you manage, the higher license you will get and coaching badges, and then the same over here for past playing experiences. You can be a Sunday League footballer if you want, or you could be an international globe level player, and again you can base it on the club you've managed. You can also do your style focus. You can do a disciplinarian, motivator, youth development, knowledge, tactician, taskmaster, and they will give you default settings for whatever you want. Or you can just go default, and you can slide this across either way. So if you want to be a tracksuit manager, or you want to be an actual tactical manager, you can slide it whatever, and you can change the amount of points you give. So if you don't want to be an attacking coach, but you wanted to be defensive and tactical and so on, you can do exactly that. So you can set it up however you want. And then once you've confirmed that, it is done. So you can title this whatever you want. I'm just going to call it Untitled Game, and that will then save. And once it's saved, you are officially into Football Manager. You'll be greeted with similar page to this. You won't have the badges and so on just yet, but I'll come to that in just a moment. Anyway, you'll just get a bit of news. So this is your inbox. This is where you get all your emails and so on. You get a little welcome from the chairman, which you have to, well, you don't have to, but it's likely that you will attend the meeting. I'm not going to, so you can have that, for yourself to enjoy. You get some transfer updates. It's mainly to do with loan players. You get injury updates, so you get told who's out injured, within the squad and when they'll be back. And then you get told your responsibilities, which you've already chosen, but you can also change if you want to within the game. You just click that little button there, and it just lets you do it yourself. Okay, but that's where I'm going to end this part of the video. I'm actually going to make this into a little mini series. It's going to have 3 parts because it actually ends up being quite a long video. So be sure to drop a like on the video if you have enjoyed. Comment down below. In the next part, we're going to be looking at what you need to do before you actually go into any matches, so tactics and so on. So basically, once the game's loaded, what do you do? Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you are new around here and enjoy Football Manager content. But thank you all for watching. Until next time, goodbye.